Hey friends, I'm Ashley and welcome to Ash's Cozy Corner. 2024 was an amazing year for cozy gaming. The year started out a little slower as per usual, but then it really started ramping up. At one point, there was like 4 really anticipated games coming out on the same day in like September or something. I don't know, but it was crazy. Anyway, if I'm being honest, before 2024, I was at a standstill with gaming. Yes, I was still playing cozy games here and there, but I really wasn't enjoying them like I had before. Weirdly enough, I was also at a standstill with my other cozy hobbies like reading. The first game I was really excited for in 2024 was Eastward Octopia, and I'm really glad that I played it because it actually helped stop whatever mental block I had with gaming and cozy hobbies. Eastward Octopia really was the game that changed it all for me in 2024, and then the rest of the year was filled with so many amazing games and books that I thoroughly enjoyed. So that's why I want to talk about my top 5 favorite games of 2024. I just really do not want to forget the year that made me fall in love with gaming all over again. We'll start at number 5 and end at number 1, my absolute favorite game of all time in 2024. Let me preface this by saying this is the only game on my list that did not release in 2024. The rest of the games on the list did indeed release in 2024. This game actually released in 2022. I know, and it took me this long to play it. I don't know what was wrong with me. I think it's because I thought you had to be a Disney aficionado to want to play it, but I was wrong. Disney Dreamlight Valley is number 5 on my list of top favorite games in 2024. I am going to keep this one a little short because I am planning a full-length long video explaining everything I loved about Disney Dreamlight Valley. I promise you'll love that video. Anyway, I was incredibly shocked when I started Disney Dreamlight Valley. Don't get me wrong, I do love a few Disney characters. For example, Remy from Ratatouille is one of my favorite characters. I love that movie. But other than a few here and there, I'm not really into the Disney lore as much as others. I thought that would play a part in how much I like the game, but it actually had the opposite effect on me. I started liking the Disney characters more after starting Disney Dreamlight Valley. If you've been wanting to start Disney Dreamlight Valley because you had the same thought as me, don't let that be the reason to stop you from playing this game. Some have compared it to an Animal Crossing-ish game, but I don't think I want to compare it to anything. I'm just going to let it be its own standalone game that's just really good. It's really the perfect game if you want to purchase a game with an addictive gameplay loop that is 1000% actually cozy. With all the things you want in a life sim, like fishing, gardening, tons of customization for your character, plenty of Disney and Pixar characters to meet without even having to watch a million movies, which is what I don't want to do. So that was my favorite part. And of course, decorating to your heart's content. There is so much more to be said, but I did want to keep that one short so I can talk your ear off in my Disney Dreamlight Valley full-length video. Coming in at number 4, Eastward Octopia. You would think it would be a little higher as it was the reason my love for gaming came back in 2024. However, that is just the outcome of how many amazing games released in 2024. Octopia was technically a DLC for Eastward, but not really. You had to buy the base game to play Octopia, but you didn't have to actually play Eastward, so I did not. I just played Octopia and that was it. It really could be its own standalone game, especially for the low price of $5.99. I played for around 25 hours and from the beginning to end, I was hooked. I remember finishing it and being like, wow, I love games again. What really drew me in from the beginning was the graphics, the colors, the lighting, especially in town. Everything about the style drew me in. It was so nostalgic for me, reminding me of a game I would play on the Game Boy Advance or something similar when I was a kid. The 2 main characters in this game are Sam and John, and oh my goodness, did they steal my little heart. Their relationship was really cute, and it made me love the story aspect of the game that much more. Octopia also changed some things that your typical typical farming sim has, like mining for example, was much different. You didn't go in and slave and use energy with a pickaxe. You actually started a minigame where you went in with a drone and dropped a set number of bombs. Same with fishing, it had a fishing mechanic that I've never seen in a farming sim before. Both minigames were super fun and it changed up just enough to not cause fatigue if you're playing other farming games at the same time. A huge part of the story was cooking for your friends, and then you would all sit down together for a big meal, which was really heartwarming. You also get to see the town completely revitalized as you complete quests in-game, which made my completionist heart happy. Speaking of completionists, if you want to complete a game 100%, this is a perfect one to start with, as I was able to fully complete it 100% in the 25 hours I played. I just really love that this game brought back my love for gaming, and it will always hold a special place in my heart, and I will always recommend it. Number 3 is Botany Manor. I love puzzle games. I do. Some of my favorite games are puzzle games, like A Little to the Left. However, I didn't expect Botany Manor to be over a farm sim and a life sim until I made this list and realized what order I wanted to put them in. Botany Manor was only about 5 hours long, give or take some, and yes, in just those short, sweet 5 little hours, I was consistently amazed at everything I was doing and everything I was seeing. Botany Manor was a first-person view, and while I typically don't like that in games, like at all, for some reason, it just made this game so much more immersive, and I never had an issue with it. Walking around the manor and taking in all of the absolute beauty and creativity would have been enough, but add on the puzzles and the storytelling of Arabella Green's past, this game is deserving of a Paul Hollywood handshake for cozy games. Yeah. Really. I learned all about Arabella and her challenges she faced in that time period just by finding letters and other things scattered around the manor. You do get to see how it all plays out in the end, and I'm so thankful for that because I hate not knowing how things end. Without spoiling anything, it's just really good storytelling, and at the end, I realized how invested in her story I actually was. I don't want to forget about the other main part of the game, the puzzles. The point of the game is to find out how to grow rare plants in very specific environments, so think changing humidity, temperature, using specific fertilizer, but then it gets even more specific with things like flash and even music. Ways I would have never thought to bring the solution to a puzzle together, but this game did such an outstanding job. Definitely my favorite puzzle game of 2024, and I'm just dreaming that this team would make DLC for Botany Manor, or they would make another cozy puzzle game. Number 2 is a game that brought so much joy to both me and my husband. Little Kitty, Big City. There are so many reasons that this game was perfect for us, so let's go ahead and talk about those. 1, we have 5 cats, so we're clearly big cat people. Any game that has a cat automatically goes up on my list. It's only fair. 2, it has amazing humor that actually had us laughing out loud so many times throughout the game. You can steal a human's phone, their sandwich, you can plop on top of birds, so of course your actions are funny, but also the dialogue between the cat and different animals you encounter are also hilarious. 3, they really nailed the how to be a cat in a game idea. You jump in boxes, you like terrorizing birds and humans, you can climb buildings, you can take cat naps in the sun, and you do not like water. Don't even try to step in water in this game. It is not worth it. 4, you get to wear hats. So many hats. I love the hats so much, we had to 100% the game just to get them all because they're really that cute. Banana hat, anyone? 5, it's just overall a really cute, cozy, no stress game. Unless you're being chased by that mean store owner, she was a jerk. She clearly didn't like cats. The whole world is basically your playground, and every turn had something new and fun to discover. You can definitely play it single player, but playing it and taking turns with my husband really added something, so I recommend playing it with a player 2 to enjoy together. This one really brought us a lot of joy, so with all the memories we have together with it, it definitely had to make my top tier list. And here we are, number 1 on my list, Fields of Mistria. I know I'm going to have some backlash at the next thing I say about this game. This game is perfect. I said it. I love this game with every fiber of my being. Stardew Valley was my top tier perfect game for like years, and then this game came along and wrecked my world. Everything I knew was a lie. Okay, I'm being a little dramatic, but I'm serious. No game comes close to the love I have for Fields of Mistria. Fields of Mistria released in early access, and even from day one, I have felt the same way. I remember texting my friends the first day playing and being like, oh my goodness, you have to play this game. I think it's going to beat Stardew Valley. And then every day after that, I had more to text until eventually I was like, yep, this is it. This is the game above all games for me. Honestly, all of this is crazy for me to say, considering I swore off early access games like 2 years ago, but I decided to go for this one, and honestly, it didn't feel like early access to me. It felt like a full game. I put about 50 hours into the game before the first major update even happened, and there was still stuff for me to do, so don't let the early access stop you. In my opinion, this is the best farming and life sim to date, with literally everything you could ever want, and it continues to get more with each update until the full release. Some of my top favorite things about Fields of Mistria are the character dialogue and the magical feel to it. The dialogue was never repeated in my gameplay throughout the entire first year. There was also characters that would be chatting, and then you would join into their conversation, making the game feel so alive and immersive. There was also Friday nights at the inn, which had some amazing laugh out loud moments, like the kids heist plan. My other favorite was the magical feel to Fields of Mistria. I think the colors really play a part in this, and I know the character design does as well, but really just an overall feel of magic was in everything, especially the mines. I could go on for days and days about this game, but let me stop there because I do have an in-depth video going over everything I love about this game in great detail. I'll link it in the description below if you need any more convincing. But wait, I do feel like I need to mention 2 other games fairly quickly because I really enjoyed both of these. This isn't a cozy game, but it is definitely my game of the year that I played with my husband, Astro. I only say Astro for game of the year over Fields of Mistria because Fields of Mistria was in early access and Astro is a complete game. Seriously, Astro was that good. The controller haptics, the levels, the colors, the graphics, the design, everything was amazing about this game. Kudos to the people who created Astrobot because they are some talented people. Astrobot was a true treasure of a game, and I really hope everyone gets to experience it. And the second that would be on my list, but it wasn't technically a game, is Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions. It helped me so much in 2024 to be more productive and was the most cute, fun way to do so. I'm sure though, if you've watched any video at all on this channel, you already know about Spirit City, so I'll just stop right there. But it was one of my absolute favorite gems of 2024. I would absolutely love to know what your favorite games for 2024 was and what your most anticipated games for 2025 will be in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching and listening to me talk about all of my favorite games from 2024. I really do hope you get to try some of them. Have a cozy day and God bless.